This German-American swept eyes and hearts west and painted wide sky arcs in voluminous detail, from the fast-forming luminist to the most ardent adventurers of the Hudson River School. He helped to define a new American epic and an art, further motivating westward expansion with the vast vistas immortalized in breathtaking detail, coaxing his brush in a romanticist accord and recording in one fell swoop. His grandiosity met unprecedented luminosity, and his brother's photographs influenced his impeccable voyaging vision. Albert Bierstadt. In youth, his portraits drew an accuracy and captivated eyes, but this son of a storekeeper quickly moved on to European vistas and the romance of his own American shores. His brotherly friend and subtle rival, Frederick Church, debated his stylistic leanings with him as he gradually coaxed the New England marshlands and swamps into musical, rhapsodous beacons of splendor and subjects of stature, inviting American eyes to the tropics with him to explore the billowing and often opulent detail of the species being discovered. He could coax a thunderstorm from his brush in the blink of an eye and convince his viewers that he'd arrested it in their skies. Martin Johnson Head. Self-taught in essence and in ether, as it bounded free from his brush, this marine master was born in Boston, with a watercolorist mother who schooled him in wry humor and encouraged his prodigious gifts towards illustration. When his facile hands led him to the front lines of the Civil War, the restless origins of his paintings were born. Paris and later England sent his senses sailing, and he sought to best himself and his European contemporaries on the rocky coastline of Maine. Evocation and vocation emerged in virtuosity and valor when his expressionate brush found its way to the ocean and its unforgettable affecting rhythms. Winslow Homer. Thoreau and Emerson held his mind's eye as the mountains and sea enveloped his heart. As astute within mysticism as he became with the austere wilderness, this experience-thirsty yet brilliant draftsman first cleaved the best from Arthur Wesley Dow and William Merritt Chase at the Art Students League, and later revealed the elemental and towering, the transcendent to his contemporaries in America and then to the world. His mountainous masses and deliberately cleaved forms gathered unforgettably vibrant light. Rockwell Kent. The prolific, power-infused son and father of a gifted painter stands out in his century despite fragile health in his youth, which held him home in tutelage, weaning him on Robert Frost's verses and nature through the eyes of Henry David Thoreau, and the entertainment, encroachment once over, of film. Drawing before reading and mastering watercolor before trying skills in an austere but expanding outer world, his resonance with tragedy and the shock of his father's death in a railroad accident pushed his best skills to the emotive edge on the coastline of Maine, where an elemental life was extolled in masterful, monumental form, and the hues and textures of Maine and Pennsylvania and America became synonymous with the sound of the soft waves still held in his brush. Andrew Wyeth.